Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Code with Santosh. In this chapter we are going to discuss about the item spacing. It means margin and padding. You must have been seen that in our previous videos we are using margin and padding for certain styles for particular elements. Okay. So what is margin and padding and how we can create some space for our HTML elements. Okay. So let me first write a div here so that we can discuss about these items. So content holder. Let me write some CSS here for this item. And I'm going to write some paragraph here. So let me copy and paste this text. Let me save these two files and run on the browser. So now you can see that we have used the width as 50% for this div and background is our as red color. Okay. And in that div we have used a paragraph text in which we have kept this two words. Okay. So now you can see that this word is like this is just aligned of this div section on the top and left. Okay, so there is no space there, and you can see some space here. This is because we have kept some default spacing. So let me go and remove that spacing for the time being so that you can see how this padding and margin works. So let me save and run this. Now you can see that there is no space on the left, and this is like this element is bottom or on the left side. Okay, so this is how this we normally keep some space in this element using margin or padding. Okay, so let me first go to the bottom section of my style sheet where we have defined the style for this particular item. So here in content holder we have kept our background red and width as 50%. So now let me add some margin here. Okay, so I am going to add margin top, so 50 pixels so that you can see the difference. So here now you can see that the heading and this red section is just like there is no such space between these two items. But now I have kept margin top as 50%. So now you can see there is some space on the top section. Okay. So margin is normally it is spacing outside of this item. Okay. Just outside of this item. You can see that the red section we have kept that margin. It means it has space from the top elements. Okay. This is known as margin. And what is padding? So I will also add padding top as say 20 pixel. Now you can see that this text has some space on the top. So this container, which this red container section, it kept some padding on the top and now from after this 20 pixel padding, this new line starts. Okay, so it kept the padding, means some space inside this box, not outside. So when there is some space outside of that element, it is known as margin, and when there is some space inside that particular element, that is known as padding. So it is very important to understand the difference between margin and padding before you go to create some website for your client. So it is very important to understand how this margin and padding thing works. Okay. So this is margin. So you can use margin. Let me break this first in separate lines so that I can show you more properly how this margin and padding thing works. So you can see that, let me remove this padding for the time being so that we can discuss only margin at a time. Okay. So now I am going to add some other margins as well. So margin, let me paste it 4 times. So top and then margin right and then margin bottom, and this is margin left. So we have 50 pixel margin on each side of this red box. Okay, let me refresh. Now you can see that there is 50% space on the top, on the left, on the right, and also in the bottom. So in the bottom we are not able to see that. So let me copy and paste this so that you can see that there is some space in the bottom section as well. So let me make it 100% so that this heading comes into next line. Okay. So now this item has margin on top, left, right, and there is some margin on the right side as well. So this is how margin works. Okay. So you can see that we have kept margin 4 times. So there is also a shorthand method is there, so that you don't need to write that margin 4 times. Okay, you can just copy and paste this margin, and you can give 4 parameters here. So I will give 15 pixel, 20, say 30 pixel, and 15 pixel and 30 pixel. Okay, it means this is margin top, first parameter, margin top, second parameter is margin right, this one, and third one is bottom, and fourth one is on the left side. So let me save this and run this on the browser. Now you can see that margin is also applied this time as well. So this is very short method, you don't need to write that multiple times. But suppose you can see here that for top and bottom we have used 15 pixel each, and for left and right we are using 13 pixel. So we can just remove this as well. So it states that there is margin on top 15 pixel and bottom 15 pixel, and there is margin on left and right 30 pixels. So you can also use 2 parameters as well according to your requirement. Okay, so let me save this and run this. So you can see that there is no such difference. It means this CSS also works. Okay, so one other item, suppose you can let me remove this and just keep one thing. So 50, 45 pixel, we can also give here only one value. So it means the margin will be 45 pixel to each direction, on top, right, bottom, and left. Okay, this way also you can create this thing. So you can also pass 3 parameters as well. So I will write 10 pixel and 20 pixel. Okay, so this is our top, and this is let me save and run this so that you can see it here. Okay, so this is how you can pass 3 or 4 or 2 or 1 parameter to this margin thing. Okay, one more important thing I just want to show you. Suppose we want to make this div in the like a center of our content area, so I will add margin and auto. It says that margin top and bottom is 0 and on left and right is automatic. So I will make it to 60% width and save this, and let me remove this, and there will be no float left when you are making that particular section in the middle. So now you can see that this section has come into the middle of our screen. Okay, so this margin 0 auto tells that there is no space on top and bottom. You can change this to 10 pixel or whatever value you want, but just keep this auto. It means there will be equal space on left and right section based on the width you provide. Okay, so this way you can keep this element on center. So this is about the margin. So padding also works in the same manner. Okay, let me save this and keep this here. Sorry. And I will make them as padding. So padding also behaves the same way as margin. Like you can give 4 values or 3 values or 2 values or 1 value. Okay, so let me save this. Now you can see that there is some space on this top, left, right and bottom section. Okay, so there is also very much space on the right side, but because this is not because of that padding or margin, this is just because we have only 2 words. If we have multiple words, then it will be same as the left side. Okay, so yeah, left side and right side we have 50 pixels, so it will be same. So this way you can use margin and padding, and you can also remove this whole thing here, and you can add 1 parameter or 1 value, 2 value or 3 or 4, whatever is required. Okay, so this padding and margin works same way. You can pass values same way as margin, but only one thing does not work as margin. So you cannot keep this 10 pixel and auto here to make the element in center. Okay, so this thing won't work here for padding to make this element in center. Otherwise all other things will exactly work same as margin. Okay, so this is all about this margin and padding thing. If you have any question or concern, you can comment in our video section so that we can see and try to integrate your advice in our next video. That's all for this video. Before moving forward, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. It will give me a huge motivation to create such videos. Thanks for watching. I will meet you again in our next chapter. Bye bye.